Hi, welcome back, dreamers. How are you guys doing today? I'm hoping you guys are doing well. I'm about to talk about something I'm super invested in recently. I just put a podcast out a couple of days ago about it. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it, but I'm gonna kind of summarize it here if you'd just kind of like to listen to the short version and not me picking through. So I finally feel confident to wear a Speedo. I'm very excited about it, and I have been searching for one for a couple of weeks now, and I'm needing it pretty soon. I'm going out of town next month to somewhere where I'm not going to say quite yet. You guys will know soon enough. And I'm very excited about it, but I want to wear a Speedo. I want to look cute. I want to look, let's just be real, I want to look hot as fuck. I want to look sexy, and I want to wear a fucking Speedo. I feel that was my ice machine. I finally feel confident enough to wear one. And I don't want it to seem like, yes, I've been working out. Cool, great, love that for me. If I had stayed where I was at 210 pounds, I would have eventually found my confidence. You know, I wasn't even out and proud. I wasn't having my own ideals. And, you know, being my own person quite yet, back when I was like 13 through 16. So don't get it twisted. Like, it wasn't because of working out that I got confident. Was it a part of it? Absolutely. But it wasn't the whole scenario. So here's the issue. There's a hole in the market, very much pun intended. And it's this. There is no queer-owned business, whether that be small or big. There's no queer-owned business that seemingly has reasonable priced Speedos, bathing suits, kind of in general, Speedos, where the marketing is racially diverse as well as body positive diverse. Most of the websites that I have looked at, which I've looked at least 20 of them, from Andrew, like all the mainstream from Andrew Christian, which I think is absolutely disgusting, to Amazon, as well as the smaller businesses that I'm going to kind of talk to you about in just a moment. I'm very fucking excited about it. First up's woke up gay again shirt. I just wanted to point that out. I've worn it in another video, and then I have my little Disney queer hat, because it's Pride Month and it's my first Pride Month ever, so I kind of just wanted to wear this and feel cute, and I'm very excited about it. But that doesn't mean we can't not keep people accountable as well in our own community. So that is kind of what this video is about. Let's talk about one thing first, and then we'll kind of get the ball rolling. So life is not one-dimensional. And what I mean by that is that when you make a mistake, that one mistake doesn't have one lesson. Can it? Absolutely. Majority of the time, it does not. Life is not one-dimensional. We have to stop treating it like it is. We need to see so many other perspectives. We need to see the different sides. We need to see the different lessons that we learn. If, for example, I make a mistake and I have a solution to that mistake. Let's just say my mistake is, I go and I get, because it's Pride Month, let's be real, we all like iced coffee here. Let's just say I work a corporate job and I have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired at 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up at 6. I have to drive 45 minutes. I'm gonna go get Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Dutch Bros, I don't know, whatever you prefer, that's on you. So let's just say you do that and you're late for work. And you say, okay, so I made a mistake going to get coffee. The mistake was made. The lesson learned was that I'm gonna be late to work if I go get coffee. Okay, that's a one-dimensional plane. Let's just keep the ball rolling. If you go get coffee, you are late to work. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie. If you go get coffee, you will be late to work. If you're late to work, you will lose money. If you're late to work, your boss will probably get angry if you continue to do so. You might get whatever you have in your workforce, a reprimand, you might get a warning, you might get whatever, a talking to. That is more than a one-dimensional plane. I haven't decided what I like life to be. Obviously, it's all dimensions. I don't know what the highest like dimension is. I think it's like, because 5 senses, 5D, could be wrong. Like, you know, like 3D movies, but there's also 4D movies, which are everything, by the way. Well, just for now, just say life is 5-dimensional. I'm sure there's a lot more. But just because of the 5 senses, let's just go with 5-dimensional. Like life is not a one-dimensional plane. And it doesn't stop at 5 dimensions. So, okay, so we have an infinite amount of, you know, lessons and possibilities and things. But that's the same thing with websites and marketing, and that is what I am getting at. Life is not one-dimensional. We have to stop treating it like that, and we have to stop treating solutions and mistakes as if there's only one possible solution, one possible mistake, one possible lesson learned. So when I'm looking through Speedos and I'm looking at all these websites, there's one thing that they all have in common. All of the people that are on these websites, the majority of the people that are on these websites are all muscular men. Whether that be muscular or jacked, they've got abs, they've got muscles, they've got it. There aren't skinny men on this website because some men can't gain muscle, nor can they gain, you know, weight. And then there are some people, and then there's no plus-sized, heavier men on there either. There's no diverse there. Most of the websites that I looked at did have racial diversity, and I love that. I'm obsessed with that. Obviously, that's a great thing. Whether that was before or after the protests, I don't know. But they are racially diverse. So here's the thing. Let's just say because of the protest, that's what happened. So you took this mistake that these websites were making, whether that be Amazon or a small queer-owned business, and they took it as, okay, we need to fix this. But they took it, they fixed it, and ignored this other part. They treated their website, they treated their marketing like life was one-dimensional. We have to stop doing that. Life is not one-dimensional, I'll say it a million times. So we could have solved both at the same time because they already needed new models that were racially diverse. You could have picked racially diverse plus-sized models. You could have picked racially diverse skinny models. You could have picked white plus-sized models. You needed different models anyway. Why don't you kill 2 birds with 1 stone? And here is the next big part. So we have life is not one-dimensional. Sex. They are treating the websites like their definition of sex. You see in old movies, you see in TV shows, sex sells. You're right. Sex absolutely sells. In 1940, men, sex sells. Women, sex sells. You know, even like, I don't want to pick a decade because I don't want to be wrong to when they stopped. Corsets. Corsets, sex sells. Let's be real. Corsets were, you know, cinched waists. That's sex, okay? You know, sex sells. That's what these websites still look like. However, sex selling for them is their definition of sex. It's 2021. Sex is passion. Sex is life. Sex is all races. Sex is all colors. Sex is all cultures. Sex is all sexualities. Sex is all bodies. Sex is not just penetration. Sex is passion. It is 2021. We have a different version of sex. We haven't updated our websites to that updated version of what sex looks like. Sex isn't just penetration. Sex is more than that. Sex is a feeling. okay? And I don't mean it being you're horny. Sex is passion, okay? Sex is making out. Sex is seeing the guy that you like from across the street. Sex is seeing someone you'll never see again and you get that aching feeling like maybe one day. Sex is the burger that's in front of your plate. You've been in the desert for 15 hours camping and you're starving, and that in front of you is sex. Sex is diverse, okay? You get the point. So we need to update these websites to be more diverse, not just in race, not just in color, but body sizes. And that's what was missing. They missed the mark, and it sucks. So that's why I want to keep everybody accountable. I want to talk about it. So what I concluded, so I found an Australian website as the go-to that's mainstream. Very little plus-sized models. I found a couple, and I think it was through their Instagram. Does that work? Yes and no. There's a lot more that this website could do, but out of all the mainstream websites, they were the only one that at least showed a couple plus-size models at least wearing their bathing suits and promoting their bathing suits. So it's called sluggers.com.au. It's an Australian company. That is their website. I have my computer right here so I can make sure you guys know what I am going to support. I'm not going to buy from them. Maybe eventually, but not quite right now. I want to talk about the small career-owned businesses that I found and the ones that I picked. I picked two that I'm going to buy from that are great, incredible, still need work, but I want to talk about them. The first one you may or may not have heard from through TikTok. His name is Patrick Allen Wood. Those are some of his designs. As you can see, they are muscular men, and there's a reason why. The reason why this website has muscular men is because the person in these photos is Patrick Allen Wood. He's a queer designer. He's on TikTok. He has a small business. They are all done by him. They're all hand-stitched, sewn by him, which I think is incredible. I know what it takes to run a small business. It's not easy, okay? He takes all his own photos. He puts them all on his own website. He takes the time out of his life. I don't even know if he has a full-time job. I know what it takes. I've been a part of a small business starting up to it growing. I know what it takes, from the shipping, the handling, the literal getting a weight so you can weigh even the smallest item to calculate the personalized shipping cost, to sending it off, you know, whether that getting a UPS to come to your door to pick up orders every day, or physically driving or walking or biking with that package to the post office to send it off. I know what it takes. I'm not faulting him. He's very admirable. I'm keeping him accountable, but I can see that this is like a flagship. This is what is going to become his company, and it's a start. And I do know that so many people do on TikTok, very diverse, across the board, colored, race, culture, bodies have promoted his business. That's why I like it, because I know eventually, if this is what he's passionate about, he will take this website and he will add those. I don't want to assume anything. I've never met him. But from what I've seen, he's a nice guy. And from what I've seen, he's incredible. His stuff is durable. It is sexy. It is today's definition of sex. And it's not one-dimensional. And the styles are very, very attractive. So he knows what he's doing. Patrick Allen Wood is one of mine. Again, I'm keeping him accountable. We shall see what happens, hopefully soon, when he gets bigger, because his stuff is incredible. What happens, and hopefully there'll be diverse models and real people. The Target brand, and by Target, I literally mean the store. Like, the real authentic models that you see in the store. Because we are consumers that aren't buying all the time Gucci and Dior and things like that. It's nice, we can buy it once in a while, but it's not an everyday thing. We go to Target, we want the consumer picture. So the other one I have is Wear Butch Queens on Instagram. They don't have a website quite yet. Patrick does have his own website. It is patrickallenwood.com. You can find him on Instagram under that same name. So it is Wear Butch Queens. It's one word. It's Kweens is how you spell Queens. They don't have a website. It's DM, custom, made to order, swimwear, underwear, accessories, limited fabrics, and limited runs. Their Instagram is filled with real people. There are definitely people on here who are more muscular, but it's that muscular feeling where it's like, yeah, you worked for this. Like, I can tell that. You know, there are some people that are just so jacked that it's like, you're just doing too much. But the people on here that are, like I said, ripped, again, it's authentic, great, but they are racially diverse. There are darker skin colors on here. There are bunches of people of color, and it seems like they have like a little crew going on. I'm assuming they're all friends. I'm assuming that maybe it's all of their business, which I love because all of them are diverse. And there's one guy in here that is a bigger guy, which I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with him. I love him. And then they have a lookbook, and in their lookbook, they have a couple of other people that are promoting and wearing their stuff, and they're bigger people. Because it's a queer small-owned business, and that's one step. Then they're racially diverse. That's the next step. They have at least one, slightly two people on here who are bigger, and they need more, and I trust that they will. They don't even have a website yet. They are still starting up. We're seeing slow movement, but at least it's movement in the right direction. So Wear Butch Queens, it's hard to like show styles, but that's their Instagram. It's hard to show styles and things like that because like it says limited run, limited fabrics, and yeah. So my two are Patrick Allen Wood and Wear Butch Queens. I will be buying stuff from them. I'll probably do a YouTube video and TikToks and things like that once I get them. I'm very fucking excited, you guys, to purchase from them. And I'm glad it's from a small queer-owned business, but I mean, you know, if it was a place that wasn't a small queer-owned business, but more mainstream place that had diversity, I would have maybe checked that out too, but there's just none. There's just none. But I am way more happier with this option. I'm way more happier with a queer small-owned business, especially during this month, but every month of the year, because I'm gonna be buying stuff from them for a very long time. I already know. So I'm actually really, really happy. So I'm not gonna keep this dragging any longer. That's like the small synopsis of my podcast, but I wanted to make a video about it because it's very important. Let's remember, life is not one-dimensional, and we need to update our definition of sex through our marketing of our brands, specifically what I'm talking about now, through swimsuits, but mainly Speedos and the queer space. So fill those holes. Fill those holes. Pun, again, very much intended. I say it every time, but I love you guys a lot. Happy fucking Pride Month, bitch. Go out and do your LGBTQ plus shit. All right, run the world. Oh my God, hold on. Okay, let's try that one more time. Go out, do your LGBTQ shit. Be the bad bitches that you are and run the world, queen. All right, all right. Remember, I love you guys. Bitch, read it and weep if you don't know. You're fabulous. I love you guys. Remember, it all starts with an idea. Dream fucking big, bitch.